Alright, here I am in my garden again. Working on some chores, doing some things. Look, my dill is blooming. Some of these I might let go to seed for, seasonings and things. I'm going to dry some of this for seasoning, but I might actually cut a couple of these for, oh, sorry there, little bee or wasp, whatever you are. I might cut a couple for bouquets too, because, I mean, look how pretty that is. Now look at this amaranth. Oh my goodness. I definitely want to grow some more of this next year. I mean, it's just so beautiful. I want to see how well it goes as a dried flower. And then I'll really know how much I want to plant. If you saw my last video, you saw my mustard greens completely eaten by flea beetles. But you could see a lot of them actually really bounced back quite well. Although, I don't know if that's an accidental cabbage. It might be. Or maybe it is just a really large mustard plant. Could be. But yeah, I mean, these, I'm pretty sure is from like cabbage or possibly earwigs, or cabbage moths or earwigs, but they've really recovered since they're almost being completely eaten by flea beetles. I just didn't have time to really do anything, as you could tell by all the weeds around. But yeah, it really bounced back, so that's surprising. I pulled out a couple of my squashes today because they had powdery mildew, and I just really was tired of taking care of them and harvesting. I think next year I'm gonna do like one yellow zucchini, one coquezel, and that's it. I think I really just, I might do one more other plant of something different. Or maybe I'll do 2 coquezels and 1 yellow. I'm not sure. But I just had so much zucchini this year, and I've really seriously harvested enough for, like, I swear, the next 10 years. I've been dehydrating it and freezing it, and I made zucchini relish, and I made zucchini fritters, and oh my goodness, I've done all kinds of things. I made stir fries and everything else, and I'm just running out of ideas. I don't really like zucchini bread. I guess I could make some of that chocolate zucchini bread. That turns out pretty tasty. Although last time I made that, my children ate it all. Which, actually, that's not a bad thing, so I shouldn't complain. But yeah. This right here is I'm pretty sure some arugula that just, like, reseeded itself. Which is fine. I had enough and just let some go to seed, and now it's coming up. That is not arugula. You come out of there. This is not a good plant. It comes out. Okay, anyway. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of reseeded itself, and it's growing, and you can see all my awful weeds that need to come out of here. And I have, like, certain level priority of weeds. Some are, like, number 1 level, and then others are, like, I don't care. Oh, I'm silly. These carrots are doing pretty good. They look kind of all right. I need to go through, like, right here is a section I should thin. I think that is my biggest hindrance to growing really good root vegetables, is I fail to get out there and thin sometimes. Especially with carrots, once they're actually germinated and at this point of growing, Let me clarify there. Once they're at this point, I feel like that is my biggest failure, is not thinning them. But, you know, hey, it's all good. It's not the end of the world yet. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty. That one hasn't been very productive at all. They were kind of old seeds, so that could have something to do with it. Waiting on all these black Krim tomatoes down in the tires. And then I'm spreading out that plastic. I'm going to put basically compost on top of it for now. And then turn it in the spring, and hopefully all the weeds that are underneath will be dead by then, and then I can just kind of dump the compost that was on top of the plastic onto the dirt. I don't know, it may not work. I have a lot to do and only so much time to do it, so that's what I'm doing. Oh, there's my kitty Kochi. You see him? He's hunting. He's such a good boy. He's my bottle baby kitty. I got more stuff over there. I've showed you that 100 times. It hasn't really changed much over there. Except for, you know, the tomatoes are still going, which is a miracle, because normally our first frost would have already happened like 3 weeks ago. So it's actually quite a miracle that all these are still going. I'm really grateful. I got a decent harvest that would have been ripe when our normal frost would have happened. But I'm really grateful that I'm probably going to get a few more. Like, there's another delicata up there. I mean, that's a little guy, but it's all good. Couple spaghetti squashes. There's an acorn squash or two in there. Some more pumpkins and stuff, you know. So that's pretty exciting. And I'm pretty excited because next year I have a few new squash varieties to try. And I mean, how cool is that? I really have come to enjoy growing the winter squashes. I never really had room before. I would grow, like, you know, my little potted herbs and other potted peppers. I'd, you know, grow them potted before, and, you know, like some tomatoes. And I mean, if I had any winter squash, it was like one plant. Like one year I actually grew spaghetti squash and I let it vine down around the tomatoes. And that actually worked out pretty well, because I think I got 3 or 4 squash off of it. In the very, very small space that I had. But yeah, I gotta say I'm pretty grateful for how well this is doing. Obviously this needs weeded. I'm gonna do something about it, so it's gonna happen. I just have to, one thing at a time, right? I'm waiting for all those green beans to kind of dry so I can save the seed. Yeah, I got a lot of zucchini I can still harvest. These are like bush beans I'm waiting on to dry so I can save those. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely think I'm not going to grow nearly as much summer squash next year. It just, I get to the point where I'm so tired of it. I mean, I've been giving like half of what I've harvested to my chickens, which is crazy. And I've given away some to like my husband's parents and stuff like that too. But next year, I'm going to do something different. You can see I dug something out of there, so that looks lovely, doesn't it? These are those parthenocarpic cucumbers, which they're doing okay, but I'm not really impressed. check this out. This is so beautiful today. That's called Kelvin Floodlight. And it's a dahlia, if you didn't know. Isn't that amazing? I mean, that's like bigger than my hand. My hands are kind of small, granted. But, I mean, that's bigger than my hand. It just turned out so pretty. I'm really, really starting to just fall in love with dahlias. And, I mean, okay, so I talked to the ladies at the fair that have been growing dahlias for like 50 years. And they said it was actually a really difficult year for dahlias. So I don't feel so bad that some of them didn't quite go as well as I would have liked. But, I mean, I did get some really beautiful blooms. And then this is kind of my, I mean, I guess like English cottage flower garden area. There's just lots of little things tucked in all over the place. And yeah, I like it. I just enjoy having all the beautiful colors. And just the joy of seeing all the little bugs buzzing around and stuff. It makes me feel really happy. Look at this calendula. The color is really interesting. I really like it. I'm going to have to save these seeds and keep them separate from all the yellow ones I have. But I just think, I mean, like even that one, it's kind of, I guess, variegated, you could say, or stripy or whatever. I really like it a lot. It's beautiful. Yeah, I really do enjoy all the flowers and things. But yeah, sometimes you see something like that that's totally brand new and you're like, oh wow. I mean, I've had calendula and wow, I can't say that right now. Calendula in the past, but this one is just very interesting compared to the others, I guess is what I would say. And I mean, look at it too. Like the stems are nice and long for if you want to do a cut flower arrangement with it. But like I said, this one's so different from all the other ones I have. I'm going to save the seeds, so that's why I haven't cut it for a flower arrangement. But oh my goodness, I really like that. I mean, it's just so interesting. You can see where I'm cutting out more dirt and starting to get some space ready for some... Uh-oh, my daughter dropped her jacket. Whoops. Anyway, I'm starting to get some space ready for some more, probably some repetitions of what's here, but also some other things. And like I have some bearded irises and, ooh, I've got some alliums I'm going to plant over there. So that's pretty exciting. I can't wait for those to bloom and just be really cool. I don't know, it's a work in progress. I can only do one thing at a time. But this is what I'm doing, so that's what it is. Yeah, I really hope, like this is Liatris. I hope that that is something amazing next year. Like probably these dahlias I might plant somewhere else next year so that the Liatris can shine because it'll actually be blooming age. Like there's some other things. Like this is a perennial geranium for my area, which most geraniums won't live here in the winter. We got to take them inside, but this one will. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I got so much work to do. But I better go in. I think maybe my son just woke up, so I will see y'all later, and we can tour other parts of the land that needs so much work later. Bye.